Bill Spalding here with BC women's basketball head coach Eric Johnson, putting a bow on the 2015-2016 season. Coach, let's start with the most recent couple of games, trip down to Greensboro and an ACC tournament win against Virginia Tech. What did you take away from that experience?
Yeah, the postseason gives you a chance for redemption. And for our team, we were coming into a tournament where we had performed lower than we expected in ACC play. Coming out of non-conference play, we were 12-1. With great win at Purdue in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. We beat a good Utah team by 23 in the Bahamas. Our only loss was to a really good Oklahoma team. And we really had NCAA tournament hopes. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like, man, I know our margin for error is thin, and I know we're not great, but man, I think we can compete. And that ACC season brought us so many close games. One possession on one end, one rebound on one end, one turnover on the other end. We had a lot of young players playing a lot of different positions, and it just, it would come down to one or two plays. And so, we look at our record and we said, man, we just so believe that we're better than our ACC record. We want to show the ACC that we belong. And so what I challenged the team is I said, hey, this is the biggest stage in collegiate women's basketball. The ACC tournament's the best tournament of all the conferences, of most fans. Like, you're going to do it right here, And so for us to be able to step up in our first game and beat a team that had beaten us by 25, actually, at the first game of the ACC tournament, or the ACC regular season, to be able to beat them in the first round of the tournament was a nice redemption. And it really was. And it felt good in that locker room. And especially for our seniors, I was really happy that we were able to have a good note like that late in the season.
You mentioned your two seniors, both co-captains, Alexa Coulombe, Nicole Boudreau. And I know they're players that you really love to coach over the last 4 years. How are you going to most remember those two?
Yeah, so Nicole, kind of the ultimate warrior. Here's a kid who had a stress fracture in her vertebrae when she came to us, and he battled through so much pain and discomfort, couldn't train in all the ways that would have helped her be able to be the best athlete that she could possibly be. But yet every day, laid her body on the ground, literally diving for balls,
led
taking
the team in
charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we give them a charge card, and her locker is littered with charge cards for every charge she's taken. And really just inspired me every day and inspired her team as well. Alexa Coulombe was a player that really was the ultimate team player. She'd play any position you asked her to do, and she had the versatility at 6'3" with guard skills to be able to do different things. And it was never about her. It was never about, you're playing me out of position, coach, or, I might look better if I was doing these kinds of things. It was, hey, coach, what can I do for our team? Even if it meant a freshman playing over her sometimes, and, hey, I'm going to do the best I can to mentor that kid. And when I get my opportunities, I'm going to do the best I can. And so, they really brought so many great things to Boston College, and we're going to miss them.
From the elder statesmen on the team to some of the youngsters, including Mariela Fasula, who had a great freshman year and earned a spot on the All-ACC freshman team. What did you think about how she developed from game one through the end of the year?
Yeah, it's a huge honor. The ACC is the best recruits in the country. I mean, they're all the top All-Americans, not only from the United States, but actually, the top players in Europe coming in as well, and as evidenced by Mariela. And for her to establish herself right away as a go-to player, somebody that the other team has to game plan for, the other team has to deal with, okay, how are we fronting and doubling and bringing help and all these. And we had to emerge as a team. And to be honest with you, I don't think we did as good a job as we could of learning to really take advantage of her skills inside. Just like she hasn't learned yet how to handle all the double teams and all that. But how far she was able to come as a freshman was it was great to see. And it just makes us all so excited for where this program can go, where she can go as a player. She's going to be, on the Greek national team this summer, and for her to be one of the best players in Europe and continue her development, what a lift to our program, and just exciting to have her aboard.
Well, and you talk about Mariela and all these other young players coming back. How important do these next few months, the offseason, become as you start to build already the 2016-2017 season?
Yeah, Bill, you asked that question like a coach. We talk all the time in our office about how exciting this period is after your freshman year. Often when you come into college, you have some idea of what the ACC might be like and what big-time Division I basketball might be like, but you really don't know. At the end of your freshman year, you've gotten through all the scouting reports and the conditioning and the travel and the level of competition, and you now have a much better idea. This is what my coaches were talking about. This is what, now I got to be able to go left. I need to be able to get in a stance. I need to be able to run a little harder. I need to be able to box out better. And so now the work that we do, but we don't have game prep every day anymore. So now the work that we do through the spring, as a coach, this is the most fun time, teaching and having a group that's hungry and says, hey, we want to do even better than we did. And especially for all those young players, what a great time of year. And we can't wait to get back in the gym.
And then finally, Coach, I know you hit on it a little bit in your first answer, but it's a season where there are so many woulda, coulda, shoulda, so many close games during ACC play. What can you take away as a coach and as a team as you move towards next year?
Look, the number one place I have to look is right here. This is, I'm the head coach of this basketball program, and when we come up, a play or two short, that's my responsibility to get that fixed. And believe me, there's no one more motivated than I am to be able to make a couple of those adjustments, to put our players in a little better position, to help some of the ones that maybe made a mistake understand how to avoid that mistake, how to be able to set them up to be even more successful. We're excited about the people we have coming in. We're going to be a big, strong team. That inside game that you saw start to develop this year is going to be a huge part of what we do. You've got players that are going to be hungry, understanding that we were so close in so many games, and now what's it going to take to get over the hump. So, it's, as I said, this is the exciting time as a coach, as a teacher, as a mentor. This is what we signed up for, and we can't wait for the rest of this off season, and then to get rolling next year.
All right, that's Coach Johnson. Coach, thank you.
Great, thank you so much.